All right. Some writing in. A little bit of a delay, it seems. Why the fuck does it say I'm offline? All right, now I'm on. What the heck was that? Something's going. Something's a little wacky with my computer today. When I pull up Google Docs, it says I'm offline. Clearly online. No problems with the intranet. Then when I just signed up on here, it said offline. Now it says I'm online. I don't get it. Ooh, burping. Need to take a pill. Fucking chill pill. Thought you were Evan from Biohazard for a second. You know what? We've been mistaken uh, for one another many times. Everybody's always like, "Man, I wish you were in Biohazard, but I wish that they were a hardcore band." And I'm like, I know. They're just not a. They're just a funky jazz band. Apparently, if they're not a hardcore band. What's going on with you today, Frank? Anything exciting? Having a good week? Cold up there? Freaking cold here. 30 below right now. Or 64 degrees. It's in the mid, it was 42 I think this morning when I went out to get my coffee. Shoot a coffee video. Something about coffee. I finished up the New York Skating 30 for 30. I loved it. One of the best 30 for 30s, in my opinion. Nice. I have it taped. I just haven't watched it yet. I had another bunch of them taped, and I was like, you know what? I think I had like 10 of them. One of them was like a 3-parter about soccer or something, and I'm like, here's the thing. I don't even want to watch these. Why am I going to watch these? It's a couple on basketball, some basketball. I'm like, I'm not watching any of these. I did save the skating one though. I did save that one. I'm like, you know what? I do want to see this. This one sounds interesting. And a couple other ones I had already seen. So I basically dropped it all the way down to that one left. But I have not watched it. Maybe tomorrow night. My wife is at her mom's. I watch them on the ESPN app. There aren't many that interest me. Yeah, I've gone through. I've seen every single one I want to see. You know. And I used to just watch all of them, regardless of what it was. I'm like, you know what? This is about cricket. I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch. I don't care. Now I'm a little more selective because I have like, I don't know, 50 things. It's like 50 hours worth of stuff that I still have to watch. And I also hate just lying around watching TV all night. I try to wait until she gets home from work before we turn the TV on now. Get some reading in, you know? My back hurts. I just finished up the pretty much the American Gladiator is one of the only ones that stand out in my mind. Yeah. Yeah, there's some of them that were like, yeah, that's alright, but nothing that's phenomenal. Plus, when they originally started coming out, however many years ago, I used to watch them all the time. So I finished Down with the System, autobiography of the dude from System of a Down. And I didn't think I was going to like it. I was like, you know what, I'll get it. Borrow it from the library. Probably not going to be all that great. Probably just going to be a bunch of bullshit politics. There was a lot of politics in it. But it was interesting. His life was definitely interesting. His family were definitely interesting, and all of the pushback and infighting within the band was pretty good too. Well, not bad. I still got to do a review before I bring the book back, but not bad at all. Pleasantly surprised. Surge, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, he is a strange man with tons of strange ideas. But again, interesting. Where some of the asinine song lyrics came from, random stuff, him constantly fighting with the rest of the band, especially Darren, the guitar player, constantly the two of them button heads, which made for great music, I guess, if you're into them. Never really got into them. I was never really a fan of theirs, but I was also never really a fan of like Rage Against the Machine. It's all the political stuff turns me off. That's why I'm not a big U2 fan. Just get up there and sing a goddamn song. Stop talking about all this crap. They have hard-looking heads. Well, you know what? They're Armenian. Armenians are known throughout the world for hard-looking heads. Now, their heads might not be hard, but they always look. I got that one album, and I only like that one song. Yeah. I think, reading through, and I'm like, they do the first album, and I'm like, all right, you know what? While I'm writing, let me just put this on. And I put it on, I'm like, that's too weird. Guitar's great. These obviously, reading the book, I'm not surprised that Darren, the guitar player, is huge metal fan growing up. Like, there's some really good crunchy riffs here. But that's about it. Their off-time stuff, the way he sings, and everything, I'm like, nah. Like, I like a couple of these, but I'm just not really a... They're also that band that thinks everything they write is brilliant and moving and all of that. So, but like the next couple albums, like I think I know that song or that song, but I'm not listening to any more of these songs. Enough already. And I'm sure there's people that like them because they've sold millions and millions of albums. I always remember Sharon Osbourne on Howard Stern talking about Ozfest and how mad she was at System of a Down because basically they the only way they would headline that year they played is they got like $1 million a show supposedly. And she had no choice because it had already been announced or something, or word had got out. Anyway, she ended up paying them $1 million a show. And then right after that, she's like, then they were all rich and they retired. And I didn't get that in the book at all. I did get that at that point they all wanted to kill each other, and Serge is basically like, yeah, I don't want to tour anymore. I'm getting old here. I'm too old. I think he's like 10 or 12 years older than the rest of the band. So he's like, I just don't want to do this. I'll continue to make music. I just don't want to do 100 or 200 shows every year. And obviously they made a lot of money. Chad Hoey. Maybe about 350. Chad Hoey, what are your feelings on System of a Down? Hoey, shit, get it. No feelings at all. That's worse to me. That's worse than saying I hate them, because they just do nothing, absolutely nothing for you at all. That's not. They're not even on your radar. Before I said the name of the band right now, you probably hadn't heard that name in 15 years. You hadn't thought about them. The reason I'm is because I read the guy's book. How do you feel about the skate scene in New York in the 90s and early aughts? If you feel anything about him, Mr. Frank's got a documentary he wants you to watch. Next page, Mr. Frank. Next page. I guess no Nick today. The hell's Nick? Probably 30 below up there. I got all the windows open, but it is very cold. It's nice and cold. After this, I have to go and do the dishes, put the vacuum away, clean up the living room a bit, because we're having a guest tonight. Our friend Teresa, who, if you went to Shelley's birthday, you would have met her. She works for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. We've known her for many years and invited her over for dinner. No clue what we're having for dinner either. Make the guests do all that. You know what? We should. Well, of course, when my wife gets home at 5 o'clock, and then she'll smack me in the head and make me do it anyway. So, might as well just get it done. I spent a good 45 minutes this morning. Doing what? Walking around my Minecraft world, counting how many villagers I now had. I believe I'm somewhere in the 280 villager range, which is crazy because I'm playing peaceful mode. When I didn't play peaceful mode, all the monsters would kill everybody within, like, I don't know, a month of playing. Now there are no monsters. There's 4 billion iron golems, though. For every, whatever it is, 5 to 10 villagers, you get another iron golem. And so I just keep building houses and then putting 3 beds in each little house. And then I keep moving along, clearing more space, flattening the land. Does your village have a mesa? It did. I got rid of the mesa, though. Because there's shit buried in the mesa, obviously. The cool part playing in the peaceful mode without any monsters is there's like giant crevasses in the land. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go explore because nothing can harm me. I can't die. So I'm literally looking down. It's like, you know, I don't know, like a mile and a half to the bottom. I just jump. And then I'm like, boom, it hits, and then I don't lose any points or anything. What was it? Obviously, it's a spaceship. What the hell's wrong with you? What else would be in a mesa? So I go all the way down to the bottom. I walk around, and I find iron minecart rails. I'm like, I got to take these. I take all those. I find chests full of random items. I got to take those. And then there's spots. There's cobwebs. And that's where the spiders normally would spawn. And you'd have like several spiders would always be down there. And then they would just keep spawning as you killed them. None. So I get all the cool stuff there. And then I'm like, well, how the hell do I get back up? So then I have to dig my way up and get out. Then I'm like, you know what? I need more coal. I'm going to just wander around and see big empty spots for any coal, and I'm going to dig in. And as I'm doing my travels, then the problem is, in the normal game, if you sleep somewhere in a bed, then that's your starting point. So if I go somewhere else, and I've had many games where I've gone somewhere else, but I've slept somewhere else like an idiot. And then I would just like, yeah, no. So then I would never be able to find my way back. The problem with peaceful mode is you cannot die. I can't drown. Iron Golem can't beat me up. Nothing can hurt me. So then I just have to climb myself out. Which is what I did. George Knapp was reporting that some companies trying to set up oil drilling rigs just outside Skinwalker Ranch, and Dragon is out there yelling at them not to drill or they'll all get headaches. Yeah. You know what? Let them drill, and then they'll have giant things on their heads, and they'll all be in the hospital. Idiots. Idiots. People, you know what I'm saying? People. Let me jump over to this story because, as you can see, I'm almost at the end of this one as well. Not the end of this one, but the end of the chapter. That other one is just a flash fiction piece for something. For a magazine. I guess there's no Nick because I just hit another chapter, Nick. That video I did is how I write 400K in a year on YouTube is getting a crap ton of views, and I've added in, I don't know, since Friday when that went up, I've added over about 100 new subscribers. So I'm at like 450 something subscribers now. And usually I was getting like maybe one a day if I was lucky. And in 4 to 5 days, I've gotten like 100. Yeah, Nick, as usual, is a disappointment. So I'm hoping it keeps going. And when it starts to get the tail end starts to fade, it'll be time for me to do another video like that. See what happens. Next video, how I wrote 500,000 words in a year. There you go. No, I want to make a lot of videos, so I'm going to write how I wrote 400,001 words. And the next video, how I wrote 400,002 words. I just keep doing that. Eventually I'll get to the 500,000. It'll just be a lot of videos later. I think I'm going to stop doing the walk and talks. I haven't gotten an idea for one anyway. But if anybody gives me any ideas for any videos, I'm just going to make more of a long form, 10 plus minute, like I did on this one. I also am not using this backdrop of Twitch. I'm like, you know what? I got the live stream or StreamYard, whatever the hell it's called, StreamYard. I'll just use that. Speaking of which, Chris Bauer will be my guest today, 5 o'clock. Probably put it up a little bit early because my wife will be home by 5. Then I'll have things to do. How I single-handedly conquered Twitch from my tiny one-bedroom apartment by placing thousands of tiny ads in local newspapers. You know what? That would sell. I watched many videos from these supposed gurus, but several of them all said that your videos should be, if you're going to do teachable moment videos, you always want to start with how I, and then an action. I'm like, you know what? How I write 400,000 words a year is, maybe that'll work. If it doesn't, it's still just another video. And I have 1,000 videos up now that I've recorded, including shorts. And it, so many lame, kitschy terms. He says, yeah, but you know what? It's friggin' working. It's friggin' working. I'm not getting into all the how you get 1,000 followers in 8.6 minutes. You know, I'm not watching any of those stupid things. I'm watching the ones that from writers that have. There was a woman on it. She got like. She goes to conventions. She goes to conferences and stuff. She writes romantasy, of course. And she got like 855,000 followers. 855,000. How much freaking money you think she's making doing this? How I felt some kind of way writing 40,000. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? If you post that video, people be like, what the hell is that? I gotta watch that. How I Met Your Mother. No. About 350. It's got to be a lot. So I watched some woman, a writer. She hit 1,000 subscribers, and she had the hours whatever it is, 500 hours, 600 hours, whatever it is. And then she put in for monetization. And it took almost a month for them to monetize her. But by then she had like 1,100 subscribers. And the first 3 months, she made like $3,600. So she's making about $1,200 a month. And she posts like 2 videos a week. That's it. Whereas I think I would still be just pumping out videos like crazy because I enjoy them. It gives me something to do. You know, I have all my coffee shorts, which don't count towards any of that. Oh, here's a perfect hook. How many words did I write? 6, 7. And then all the kids will be following me. And they'll click on it and go, what the hell's this old man even talking about 6, 7? And then I'll get all banned. I'm hoping it grows. You know, I'm hoping I can get. I'm hoping if it continues like it is, I'm hoping say by like the weekend. Not the awful band the weekend, the actual weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, I will be over 500 subscribers. That would be phenomenal. And then just keep going. Just keep going. Just don't stop. Then I got to start getting... See, I don't want to... See, so what happens with the viewing hours is it drops off. You know, it's exactly a year. So, like, from last November 13th to this November 12th. So, once it gets to tomorrow, that 13th drops off. And then, so if I had, like, a big day of people viewing it, so, like, I average, like, 600... What did I average? Yeah, I average like 611. And over the last week, I've had 5 hours total. Which, because I'm sure some of those dropped off. Isn't the weekend a guy, not a band? Also, he, they, X spells it like the weekend or something. Yeah, they take a vowel or 2 out of it or something. Yeah, I think it's just a guy. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Don't want to assume it's pronouns. You know. Oh, I know. Yeah, I don't think I know a song by The Weeknd. I've heard the name. And I think it is a dude. I seem to remember some dude was talking. Maybe he's not a dude. I don't want to assume a pronoun either. Molly Hatchet kicked my ass for assume its pronouns once. Greta Van Fleet also. Butch, bitch, Greta is not Butch. If this were you, put me in third place right now. Pretty much. Ugh. Okay. So that chapter done. Getter done. I'm definitely going to do YouTube again just to see what spot they put you in as usual. Definitely second place, even if nobody ever pops in. I probably will be on. Yeah, I probably will be on on YouTube Live tomorrow. Then I'll be back here on Twitch. That will be. I will not be on Twitch on Friday the 21st because that is my birthday. And we are going to. The wife and I are going to get some coffee in the morning, some donuts, and then we are going to go feed the turtles up in Georgia. Maybe I'll shoot some video there. Who can say? All right, Frank. I'm out of here. I'm done. Tired. I'm going to go take a nap and then I got to go do all kinds of dishes and things. Thanks for hanging out with me, though. I appreciate it. Go listen to some System of a Down.